I don't know if I'm going to make this. Feels like the sea's starting to get a bit rougher.
Got just under 6 minutes. Just over 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's getting rougher. I'm not sure this is going to happen. Mad Multi, thank you for your support. Welcome to the net house. Juan Carlos, welcome for your support. Welcome to the net house. Thank you guys, double sub. Feels like I'm going slower. I need some onboard lights as well, that's what we need. I need to put some interior lighting in here. That's the next upgrade.
It's weird, because when I go to the map screen, it shows the person as still being on the lighthouse island when we picked him up.
Yeah, it's an MP bug, I think. He's definitely on the boat.
Yeah, that's really weird. You're nearly at the
Not yet, Scott.
Coast Guard outpost.
I'm waiting for my,
So close now.
I'm waiting for my food. I don't know what I'm getting yet.
The nearest jetty that I can see is on the west side of the island you're heading to. And then it'll be a mad run to the hospital.
Yeah, I think I'll probably get to the island as we're running out of time, and then I'll have to leg it there. I don't think I'll make it. And it's going to be nightfall.
Something like a 10, 20, maybe 30-second run.
Welcome back, Outback Studios.
Get to the island in a minute to spare, you're good.
Deliver equipment to a wind turbine. Is that something you can start?
Let's see what it needs.
Headlights. We can do headlights.
I don't think we have a boat big enough to do that mission. They want a new turbine delivered.
I wonder if for the hospital there's somewhere I can get from the right side of the island, save having to walk all the way across it.
I don't see a jetty, but that's not to say there's not actually a piece of land you can jump up.
Doesn't look like it.
It's quite rocky that side.
Three minutes left. Oh my god. I won't, WH. I won't, mate. By the time we get to the island, I'll be almost out of time. And the fact it's going to be in the middle of the night is not going to help either.
I think you're going to get to the island with about a minute to spare.
Trouble is I can't see anything now.
You want to head west slightly. That's the jetty right in front of you. I wouldn't even slow down until you're like basically right on the jetty.
Oh, you scumbag. It won't let me go under the... What game? It won't let me go underneath it. Have I still got him with me?
Well, you got there with a minute and a half to spare.
Yeah, well, the stupid game won't let me walk under the jetty, so if I fail, it's because of that.
Yeah, that was quite odd.
Yeah, this is like a 200-meter sprint, and I've got 40 seconds left. Do I just drop him in the drop-off area?
You run into the hospital, and it's just inside, I think, the first door or the second door. There'll be a red thing.
25 seconds.
You're so close. Oh, look at that.
I think I had like 4 or 5 seconds left. Medium electric motor. Like a glove.
GG.
That was pretty close.
I don't think you could cut it closer than that.
I'd have been there with seconds to spare if I hadn't been for the stupid jetty bug.
And the rescuing of the rescue.
Oh my god.
There might be a crate on that island somewhere, on the beach.
Yeah, but it's pitch black. Wait, if there's a bed here... Oh, hang on, there's a crate. I see it.
Look, there was a hospital, it was full of beds.
Electric battery large. Get in.
Ooh.
I like the sound of that. Didn't we just get a medium motor as well?
I think we got a medium electric motor, and we got large and medium generators.
Yeah, so now we can make hybrid engines.
We can make a very big, very powerful hybrid engine.
Which can carry oil.
Foil?
Oil. I was going to say fuel, and then I said oil, and it came out as foil.
Well, people still need foil, especially as it's coming up to Christmas. A lot of turkey cooking to do.
Okay, I'm in bed.
Oh, I'll swarm my boat quick.
My boat is out at sea. I don't know where it'll be when we sleep. I don't have an anchor.
I'm in. Yeah, shame we can't do that other one.
Medivac rig worker.
How much? Oh wow, the sea. I can come and motor out and meet you.
Well, the boat that I have has bigger tanks on it.
Do you want to reset back here quickly then? Did you bring the boat back?
I don't know. I just reset, like you said.
I don't see it down there anymore. I think our maps have unsynced.
Well, how do we save it? How do we save the game?
Escape key and save.
Okay, I've saved it. So let's exit, let it patch, and then we'll come back in and hopefully it'll sync up.
Yep.
The boat's running. It's just sat there. No, I turned the engine off. I don't know where the boat is, though. Right, where's my Steam gone? Stormworks is patching 1.4 meg.
Yep.
Done.
Took 1 second.
How does the multiplayer work? No, it's co-op, not rival. Guildhall.
Oh look, there was another identity update.
Start up a server. Multiplayer. There's also a crate in the hospital toilet. Oh, we should have said that before I moved. Yeah, so we've got gearbox, then clutch.
I'm in. So do we want to like try and build a bigger boat now? Or do you want to try and find one of the large docks?
I think the problem we face now is the boat needs to be quicker. Like, it's going to take a long time to do anything unless we can speed the boat up. But we just got some engine upgrades, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, the thing with the parts we just unlocked is they're quite bulky. The big battery is absolutely huge, as is the large generator and the large electric motor. They're all big bits. We're now limited by the size of the dock we're in.
Well, the medium electric motor will easily fit inside this boat. That's the lightning. It's better to change into higher gears than to start in them, otherwise you restrict the engine. You also want to select your engine to have higher RPM limit. RPS limiter.
Welcome back.
Click on the engines.
Nutter.
Yeah, what's the
It's,
RPS? Does that say RPM?
RPS is rotations per second. You times that by 60 to get RPM.
High RPM means higher fuel use, better to play with gearing. Gotcha.
I don't know why they do it as RPS as the base unit, but that's just the way it is.
Okay. So if I just put 2 gearboxes in instead of 1, and we'll try what John said with the 1113 thing.
Yeah, make sure the first ratio on each of the gearboxes is 1-1. Well, on the second gearbox is 1-1.
Get 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. I can just about squeeze 3. The generators, well, the clutch is going to have to move from there. That's for sure. Complicated out back. It does, but then if you break it down step by step, you have to ignore that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the clutch and the drive shaft and the...
If you was to move the generator forwards along the pipe more,
Yeah, I suppose.
you get three gearboxes and a clutch in that space.
Pretty much what I was thinking.
Nice.
Generator. So we want a small generator. We want...
And you can even upgrade to a medium generator now, which will give you much better recharge. Bear in mind, though, that will take more power from the engines.
So if we put a clutch like that, and then we get the gearbox, and the arrows have to point towards the engine. One, two, three. It's going to be... I think we'll have to go further back. Let's put the gearbox down first. Like that. Do you have to put like pipe connections between the gearboxes, or can they just literally connect like in series?
You can put one next to the other as long as you've got the holes connecting up. So make sure the arrows touch, basically.
Yeah. So then we have one of them like that.
See, if you want to be really smart with it, you can put a clutch on the you can put a clutch between the pipe and the generator, and then you don't have to run your generator all the time, only when the battery starts to get low.
Or the clutch between what?
Between where you've got the pipe off cutting to go down to the generator, if you was to put a clutch on there and then the generator on the end of the clutch, you can then engage your generator only when you want it, meaning that it's not always being a drain on the engine.
So you put the generator before the clutch?
No, the setup you've got there is fine, but on the offshoot, the pipe that sticks out for the generator, you add a second clutch, because then that way you're not only clutching the engine, but you're also clutching the gearbox, the generator.
You can clutch a generator?
Yeah. So that way it's not always on, because the generator, whenever you have a generator as part of a system, the generator is always being spun. It's always draining the power of the engine. It's always a burden on the engine.
And if you forget to clutch that, you'll end up with no power.
Yeah, that's why you have like later on when you've got more advanced logic, you can set up systems that say, "Oh no, the power's running low. Alert, alert, whatever," that tell you to turn it back on. At this stage, you'd have to just remember.
I'm sure this will never happen. Generator. There you go. So we've got a clutch in front of the generator now.
Yeah. Just remember to connect that up to a throttle lever. Otherwise, you'll be wondering, why have I got no power? Why can't I get any more?
Okay, right. Let's get the logic of this thing done. So the clutch pressure there, which is driving the power, needs to go up to, we had that on up arrow and down arrow, didn't we? Which is axis up, down on that one. Where's the left, right?
And I guess you can put...
I'm going to use arrow left, right for the clutch on the generator.
Okay, yeah, that works.
Which I think I've got the right one.
As for the gearboxes, you're going to need a button for each gear.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Have you got any buttons left on the seat available?
A lot of them have been used. So hotkey 4 is used for all the lights. Hotkey 3 is being used for the front lights. 2 is being used for a gear. 1 is being used for the display.
Right.
We don't need the hotkey 1. 2 we can use as a gear. 3 is for the light. Okay, so what I'll do is...
What was 1 for?
How do you get rid of a connection?
Hotkey 1 is doing the backlight on your speeder.
Yeah, exactly. How do I get rid of a connection?
Just draw the connection from point to point again.
Okay, so we'll have hotkey 1 for the first gear ratio, hotkey 2 for the second gearbox, and hotkey 3 for the third gearbox. And we'll move the... So we've got 4 for the side lights. 5 can go on the front light. Like that. So 1, 2, and 3 for the gears, basically.
Yeah. Remember to write all that down though on the seat, so you remember what does what.
Key 1, gearbox 1. Do you want it in toggle mode?
For what?
For gearbox.
Yes. How have you set the gearboxes up? Which one does reverse? Or have you not set them up yet?
I've not set the gearboxes up. I'm just doing all the buttons and stuff. You can improve engine RPS as well. Yes, but I'm not sure what value to put it to. I don't want to blow the thing up. That's the thing. Okay, 1111. Sorry, 1113. 1113. And then 11 minus 1. So we've got 1113, 1113, and 11 minus 1.
Yes, that sounds right.
So we'll see how that works. Let's think. Electrics. The batteries are linked up there. The generator. That's the clutch, isn't it? The clutches need to link to the battery, don't they?
Yes, it's generator to batteries, then batteries to breaker, then breaker to everything else.
Right, so that's linked the breaker to the clutches. Generator goes into the batteries goes out, that then spreads out. That's fine. They're all done.
Don't forget to electrify the gearboxes too.
How long was it for, Josh? About another 3.5 to 4 hours. Don't do what, sorry?
You didn't put electric on the gearboxes.
Mr. Josh Fez, thank you for subbing, bro. Appreciate that. Welcome to the house, Josh Fez. Thanks. See you in a bit. Joe, with 64 months. Another month has passed while having fun watching the stream. Dude, 64 months is hacks. Mr. D, thank you very much for gifting a sub to Bigfoot. Welcome back, Bigfoot. Outback Studios, welcome back. I think I read that one, but just double checking. Thank God you what you were doing. Charlie, dude, it looks complex when you look at it like this, but when you kind of see it built up piece by piece, you know, it looks complex, but it's very simple what's going on. The generator here is sending power to these 3 batteries, okay, which are all linked. The batteries are then linked up to this circuit breaker, which is basically just a giant switch. So you throw the switch, and then power is allowed to then flow to all of the systems. That's it. That's what's going on there. It's very simple. So this switch just allows you to turn it off, and then power can't come out the batteries. That's it. This one, on the other hand, this is the logic. So this is where you kind of link together switches and axes effectively. So like this switch here, and you're better off if you name things. If you like click on that, and you can name it to something so that you understand what it is later. Like that one there, the electric circuit breaker. You could just call it like circuit break. And then when you look at it in the game, it'll like show you that display name. Default state on or off, so we'll leave it off. Throttle lever. This one here was a starter. Default state off. This was for the front light, which is fine. These don't work currently. Is that it? Is there any other change?
The engine revs, the engine RPMs, if you look at
yeah.
them, the engines with a select tool, boost those up a bit. I mean, you can give them a try on 100%, but if you do, keep an eye on the temperatures.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll click on engine 1. We'll make it, so the maximum is 100 RPS. We'll put it on 75. See how we get on.
When when you've got the clutch for the generator on, or so that the generator is able to run, the engines will probably work even harder and may overheat then. But with the generator's clutch turned off, I think you'd probably be all right.
Okay, well, there she is. New and improved. So now
The
you get in,
ultimate
and it says
maritime
circuit
technology.
break. So you throw that. That then allows you to start the engine.
Let's give it a test run.
So up come the engines. Temperatures read out here. 4 should turn the lights on. So the battery is now draining, right? Because we've not clutched in the generator.
Should be, yes.
Yeah, so it's going down 0.98. I would love to be able to see what the clutch is on, but I have no dial for that.
If you add a dial, you can actually wire that up.
Yeah, we're going to need that.
But I think you're out of space at the moment.
So I'll dial the, I'll press right and hope for that. Hopefully. Actually, I didn't set any values for that clutch, maybe.
0.97, we've just gone down another one.
Yeah, I don't think that's working.
What you could do is, as we don't even have a distance or speed sensor right now, you could get rid of the button and the digital display in front of you, put 3 dials there that tell you the levels for your 2 clutches and your throttle.
Yeah, I think we need something like that. So we had 3 dials. Need a bigger boat. And we have, so what we're going to have left and right clutch.
You had left and right clutch for generator, you had up and down clutch for engines, and then you had W and S for throttle engine.
call that throttle. We'll call that so the clutch is the values they can go. Throttle's going to be 0 to 1, presumably.
It'll all be 0 to 1.
Game plus.
As they're set like basically digitally. It's either open or closed.
Okay, so you put
And
those
if you
in.
draw a line coming from the left, right, WS, and up, down to the individual dial.
Let's see. So the AD was WS. So it's the WS needs to link to that. That gives us the main throttle. And then the left clutch goes to the middle, but it won't let me. Don't think we can do that. How do we do that?
You don't draw it from the. You draw it from the actual like the up, down, and left, right. That's on the seat.
Okay.
The node. That's the word I was looking for. The node that's on the seat.
Axis left, right. Axis up, down. I think that's right. Don't know if you can make cars yet. Don't think they've actually put wheels in there yet. Make helicopters and stuff. And trains now. So throw that.
Battery is 0.99.
I can actually see what value my throttle's on now, which is great.
Yep.
So if I bring in, it's on 0.99, so if I bring in the generator clutch, there you go. Generator clutch is coming in. Although the generator clutch doesn't stay on. Look, it comes all the way back on its own. That's the problem.
You haven't set it to sticky.
Yep. That's the problem.
Okay. Easy fix though.
I knew there was an issue. Is it the clutch that needs to be sticky?
It's the seat itself. The button on the seat with the select tool.
Left, right, sticky. Generator
The clutch was
clutch.
left and right, wasn't it?
Clutch is sticky. Yep, that's fine. That explains that. Okay, we got this.
Right.
Okay, we got some power. Battery's coming down. Clutch is coming up. 50%. Okay, 100% clutch and battery's not charging.
It may stay at 0.99 just because of how much draw is on it. I think because you've turned up the RPM levels of the engine, they actually use more electricity now, so they're a bigger drain on the battery.
Wait, I've put the clutch on -1. Doesn't make any sense. Something not right.
Okay.
There's something not right there.
What did you set the range to
What? On the
on the dials?
0 to 1. 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. Yeah, definitely.
Might just be being weird then.
It's not an axis thing.
No, I think it does it sometimes. Like the clutch is actually fully closed when it hits 0, but the dial itself still spins all the way around for some reason. One way to fix it might be if you set the minimum value for each of the dials to -1 instead. And then the range of the dial from left to right is -1 to 1.
Sorry, do what?
If you set the range of the dials from -1 to 1.
Okay. What do you think that's going to do?
I'm hoping that evens the range of the actual needle out, so the needle only goes left to right rather than spinning all the way around.
I'm not bad. Thank you,
We'll
DJ
soon
Black.
see.
Adam Savakia, welcome back, and thank you, Caprol, for gifting that sub. Metallic
Changing those numbers
Axe.
basically just affects what the needle does.
More my summer car, more Sunday night trucking, more summer everything. Thank you, Metallic X. Rugby time. Thank you for 25. How's it working?
Yeah, that's sort of the needles out. I would just quickly change them again so that they all start on -1, because that's the lower range of the needle now.
Happy anniversary.
Min value, max value, but where's the default value?
Oh no, these don't. Oh, I was thinking of throttle levers, wasn't I?
Yeah, they don't seem to have that.
Yeah, I was thinking of throttle levers where you can set that starting range. No, it should be fine now, though. Basically, it will start, and the dial will immediately think it's halfway, even though it's not. Once you fully open or fully close each of the dials, it will reset itself.
There's no way around that.
I don't think so. I guess it's something that needs to be adjusted. I can submit it as a bug report, and they'll probably get on it.
Clutch says a number between 0 and 1 representing the clutch engagement factor. That's what happens if you hover over the clutch.
Yeah, the clutch is only engaged, but the clutch engagement is still working fine, but it's the actual dial itself. I'm trying to get it so the needle sits in the right place. Because changing the settings on the needle only changes how the needle works. It doesn't change how the clutch works.
Yeah, the problem is that up-down axis, it says outputs between -1 and 1. So it's trying to do that. See, what you're basically reading the up and down axis. You're not reading the clutch. The clutch is only going between 0 and 1, but the axis is going between -1 and 1.
Yeah. So
That's the
I'm kind of
problem.
trying to adjust between that by changing the settings of the dial so that the dial goes to -1 as well. Because then it makes the needle only go from left to right. But still, the only problem is that you're only reading half the needle. So either way, it's not going to look right.
What about trim axis? Can we trim it in some way?
You could try that. You could try trimming it so that it takes the bottom half of the range off the dial.
Charlie Sims, I wouldn't go near it yet.
The bottom half of the range off of the function from, so it goes from 0 to 1 instead of 1 to -1.
So if we set axis 3's trim value to be 1, I wonder what that'll do. I don't know how the trim works.
I'm not sure either. I haven't used it. But we'll test it and see what it does.
Ooh. Look at that.
Okay, so yeah, now you just need to set the dials back to how they were before.
The problem is, I think it's... Yeah, the main clutch goes all the way up to 1, but I think behind the scenes it now goes from 1 to 2, if that makes sense.
Welcome
Ah,
back.
okay.
Like, the trim value is adding that value on to what it can do, so...
Set the trim to -1.
No, it won't work. I don't think there's a way of fixing this. The problem is we can't change the access range. It won't let us. Bentley.
Yeah, just set
Walker back.
the set
Idle
the dials
cattle.
back so that their range was 0 to 1 again then. And then
Let's go and get those stranded tourists.
oh yeah, I didn't see we had a mission.
My clutch is starting to engage now. See if we can get the battery to come alive. I don't think the generator's working, you know. It's petrol. We're fine. Vital Cattle, thank you for almost 4 years. Congratulate from the College of Squirrel. Crazy. Glad to support you. Thank you, dude. Thank you for almost 4 years. I actually don't think the generator's charging the batteries, and I don't know why.
It might be that the clutch on the generator is not engaging properly.
Well, oh no, that's a lie.
Oh, no,
it's
fine.
just gone up.
Okay. It's just that we're draining a lot of power out of them. So we either need more batteries or bigger batteries or a bigger generator. Or both.
Right, let's see what we can do with this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Look, the more power you're giving it, the faster the generator is spinning. So now the power's going up again.
So to put it into gear, I press 1, and that's going to change it to 1 to 3.
Yep. Well, we definitely sped up because the nose lifted.
Yeah, kind of sped up. Struggling.
Open the taps and give it the next gear, see what it does.
Well, that's 'cause if we open the next gear, it's going to kill it, surely.
I don't think it'll kill it. I think it'll put it down to really low revs.
Yeah, like 0 revs.
Ah. So you've got the same ratio on both of the other gearboxes, right? Or both of the first 2 gearboxes.
Yeah, it's...
And you're going 1 to 1 into 1 to 3 and then 1 to 1 into 1 to 3.
Yep.
Right. Must be too much for it.
Clearly is. That Josh guy said he had it working fine with these engines, which I don't get because it's not happening.
If you have, so what I usually do is I would usually have the first gearbox would have 1 to 1, and then it would have like, I don't know, the middle ratio, and then the second box 1 to 1, and then the highest ratio. When I switch to the second box, I turn off the first box. So then I'm only in the second ratio. The 2 ratios aren't adding together. Because if you put too much strain on the engine, it kills it.
You get a bigger gen, yeah, but you're going to be taking more power from the engine.
And that's the rig where we can buy crude oil from.
Yep. It's just not fast enough.
At this point, it may just be an engine/size limitation then. I mean, you could try with 4 props. Spread the power over more props, it might work better.
It might do. What if the second gear go from 1 to 3 to 2 to 3? Well, it'll certainly help, but I can't understand how Josh got it working. That's what I'm struggling with. Text, thank you for 2 months. Have you seen the terrain tool for Farm Sim 19? I have not. You're not filled with confidence. We're the RNLI. We are the RNLI. We are the rescuers that occasionally run out of fuel. I think all those fuel tanks is giving it too much weight, basically.
Well, yeah, we need the fuel tanks. Don't we have a lot we can do about that.
Need to make a hybrid engine.
Yeah. But for that, you're definitely going to want a slightly bigger generator. And then you're going to want the electric engine, and those are heavy as well.
Oh, you gotta love this. We can't say fisherman now. Transfer fisher person. Welcome to 2018.